This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner from Chesapeake Energy Arena, where the Thunder and the Washington Wizards are getting ready to go. The big news here tonight, Thunder backup forward Nick Collison will not be able to play tonight. He's got a bruised left hip. Reggie Jackson, of course, has been battling a bruised hip and also a sore back. Reggie will go tonight. The Washington Wizards, one of the highest scoring teams in the NBA. That's the opponent tonight. We talked to both Scott Brooks and the Wizards coach, Randy Whitman, before the game. Here are their comments.
No? I walk in, you guys quiet up. Come on, Michael. His speed. He's as fast as anybody in the league. Rim to rim. He scores in transition, he gets fouled in transition, and his jump shot is much improved. It's like all young players, you want to get better every year, and I think he has.
Nobody would have seen this, but a few years ago, American Phillies tribute to Tom Davis.
You lost me on this one.
There you go. Steve Martin got up and did one of the tributes. They grew up together in Hollywood, struggling trying to make it there. He said he goes, Hanks gets a job with Bush and Buzz, little TV.
Okay.
He said, I saw him on there, I thought, good for him. He said, then I saw him get Turner Gooch. I thought, man, he's doing really well. He said, then I saw him in Philadelphia. And I said, mother.
Barry. Sunday, come on.
Is that what you done with Steve Adams? For team in training camp, he's a nice player.
This is a setup. This would get me fired if I tell you what I'm really thinking.
Well, tell me what you really think.
Oh, man. Can we at least talk about the jerk? Right? Steve Martin. We're talking about Steve Martin. I thought you were going to mention my glasses or something. Wasn't that part of the jerk?
I'm just saying, this guy's getting better by the
He is.
2 minutes he's getting better.
Holy cow. Is more appropriate. He is getting better, and we expect that. He works, loves the game. We like what he's done, but it is early. He still has a lot of time to continue to get better, but we like what he's doing. We're excited about what he brings to our team.
Now, how does interior defense?
You know what I like about his interior defense, that he's willing to put his chin in there and just take what anybody gives him without flinching, and that's a sign of a guy that respects what he does. He just wants to get better, and his defense, there's areas on the floor that I'm more concerned with than the interior defense is the perimeter pick and roll coverage, and that's one of the hardest for anybody in this league, let alone a young big. But that's something that he has improved on. Last game he had some areas that I thought he could have gotten better with, just from the coverage standpoint, from the pick and roll. But other than that, I think he's really improved in the last month since we've had him. Yeah, but if you're not there early, we always talk about you got to get there early. You got to give yourself a chance to get there early. When a point guard come downhill on you, then you're going to have trouble stopping them. You're going to end up fouling. But I think when he does that early, he has a less chance to get fouls. But that's part of the game. He's going to have to work his way through fouls in this league. But I don't think it's really been a major factor, his fouls. No, I'm coaching him like we coach all the guys. We find areas that he's done well and make sure that we give him some positives, but we're also finding areas that he needs to improve on, whether it's him, Russell, Kevin, Reggie, it doesn't matter. The guys, we all can get better individually and we all can get better as a group. And he can play with different groups like a lot of our guys can. Nick can, Serge can, Kevin can, Russell. We kind of like mixing and matching. But he's done a great job. But we understand that he still has to continue to work. But I don't see that ever being a problem with him. The guy, he's a great kid. He works hard, and we're excited to have him. Yeah, they are as fast as any team in this league, right, the early part of the season. That's a major concern. And the other thing that they do is they shoot threes. They shoot about 28 a game, and they make 43%, and they make 12 a game. And it's a lot of threes, considering some of our three-point shooting. They make 12 in one game. I'm not sure we have 12 after 5 games. But we do a lot of things good, and I think our three-point shooting has improved, and it will continue to get better. But theirs is at a high level. I don't know if any team can maintain that. It's been good. It's been good. We have a good mix. Reggie's leads that group as the point guard. I think he's done a good job. And Nick brings the veteran leadership and kind of the stable force out there when teams score 4, 5, 6 points in a row on you and kind of settles everything down. But Nick won't play tonight. He has a hip, left hip contusion. So he's out tonight. Well. Illegal? How dare you? There's a lot of gray areas, huh? I like gray. His shot has not fallen as we're grown accustomed the last couple of years, but the thing that I love about Tala, as you saw last game, he's nonstop hustle. And that's a great sign, because when you don't shoot the ball well, a lot of players in this league kind of relax on the defensive end, but that's not Tabo. He still is chasing after every loose ball. He's hustling after rebounds, and he's locking and chasing in on his man. And so those are things I look at. If you continue to work on your shot and you take good shots, those things are going to kind of even itself out. After 5 games, it's unfair to say that he's not shooting the ball. Or he's not going to have a good shooting year. He's having a tough start, but that's going to turn. I don't see it the way you see it. I just say that he's shot. If I can recall correctly, he shot 9 times and 6 of them were threes. So, to me, expanding his game would be to play a bunch of pick and rolls and post ups and all that, but he's still doing what we need him to do, is shoot threes. And he's missing them right now. He's not shot the ball well in games, but he shoots the ball well in practice, and that will all even itself out as the season goes by. Well, I think our bench has the ability to score, and I think it's going to be scoring by committee. One guy might have a double-digit night, and it might be a different guy the next night. Last night it was definitely Adams. Stephen's done a good job of providing us last game, but Reggie's had it. Jeremy, I thought Jeremy hit the biggest shot of the night, that 3 to close the third quarter to put us up 8. Anybody, Nick has had some great moments offensively, even though that he doesn't really I mean, I never really look at him as an offensive force scoring points, but he makes our offense go. And with his passing, with his leadership, his screen setting, I think everybody has to chip in that second unit. You get two more Sunday. Well, I mean, it's something that I don't look at it that way, but if he doesn't play well tonight, I'll blame it on Nick. I think, I mean, having good players with you helps. I was much better when I was playing with the Houston Rockets opposed when I was playing with the teams that weren't as good. When you have good players surrounding you, you're going to play better. Your weaknesses are not going to get exposed as much. But having Nick and him together, I think it's a great tandem that they really do a great job of complementing one another on both ends of the floor. And they both can guard each other's players. And I think they're both good passers. You got two, Darnell. Have I done a good job yet so far this season? I'm sure. I'll read the notes. 2. Leslie. All right, guys.
I guess you got everybody healthy and ready.
Yeah.
Just,
That's always your first question, isn't
It's
it?
got to be, right?
These last couple of games, Randy, what has been the difference for you?
I think, our assist to turnover ratio has been really high. And, that's something that through the preseason and starting the season, we wanted to focus on our turnovers and not turning the ball over at a high rate. And I think that's really been a big part of it, of taking care of the ball and then getting good quality shots at the other end, and we've shot the ball well. But those things are something hopefully our guys see that is a great benefit for us. It's going to be important tonight. Coming in here, this team will turn turnovers into points quickly, and so we have to value the ball, get a good shot each time down the floor, and get back in transition.
How much does Eric would help with that? Because he only had one turnover through the first 5 games.
Yeah, I think it's everybody, though. Our team assist to turnover ratios, the last 3 games have been really, really high. And Eric, obviously, if you can have 1 turnover in 5 games, you're doing your part. So that's important.
I know the bench the other day, it was a bit of a drop-off when they what can you do to get them?
They got to keep playing. There's going to be games like that, and it's not just the bench. Sometimes your starters come out and don't get off to a good start, and your bench kind of picks you up. So it's both vice versa, of going out and believing and having confidence in yourselves when you go out there with that second unit.
Gortat on the floor, how does Nene's game change? What is he able to do or focus on a little bit differently?
He gets to play, with the ball a little bit more, at the elbows, out on the floor a little bit. He's such a smart player that, when we're able to play a big with him, that he can expand his game out a little bit and not really have to worry about just the inside banging. So, they've played well together. March has come in here, and he's still learning what we're trying to do, but I can't ask any more of what he's been doing. He's been as consistent as any player we've had through the first 5 games, and as a coach, that's what you're looking for in your players is consistent level each and every night, and he's done that.
He didn't play a preseason game for you, did he?
Now you're asking a tough question. Did he?
No.
No. Okay. I can't remember back yesterday.
Right.
Forget
Russell came back a little earlier than anybody expected.
That's too bad. No, it's always, yeah, it's good for the game, guys. You know, to have guys come back, and he's a big part of this team. I think they saw that last year when they lost him. You know, I'm sure getting him back is going to solidify what this team is capable of being.
Challenges did you present for John?
He presents a challenge for everybody. You know, his speed with the ball up and down the floor is as good as anybody in the league, and that's kind of where we're talking about and taking care of the ball. We can't afford to have turnovers where he's out in the open court, you know, creating havoc, you know, with our turnovers. So, and you know, hey, he's an aggressive player, one that's plays one way, and that's full speed.
Randy, will you look to control tempo at all, or do you still want to run it?
We're a running team. No, we want to take our opportunities, and we'll continue to do that tonight.
He's only 5 games in his career, but Adams is off to a really good start. Is that somebody you have to game plan for or look at, or they got so many? They got so many weapons you can't.
Everybody in this league is capable. This is the NBA, and I think that he's obviously come out and had a great start to his rookie year. So yeah, we have to be accountable for obviously him on the floor when they go to their bench, and try to get him in spots that maybe he's not comfortable with, get him off his comfort level. And you know, you do that with everybody. I mean, this is a good team, so you know, it's not one or two people that you just got to focus in on, because they can hurt you other ways.
No, Chris has been doing a lot more. Do you expect him to be back anytime soon?
I don't have a good answer for that. He hasn't practiced yet, so I mean that's the next step, and then it'll be a little while after, you know, that to get him on the practice floor. So I don't know. I can't really give you a timetable when that might happen.
Thunder and the Wizards coming up from here at 6 o'clock. Of course, we'll be around for post-game comments as well. So click back often and check out what Scott Brooks and the players had to say from the locker room right here on ThunderGameReport.com.